So what I'm going to teach you is one of those, I think it's called an acronym? Yeah, like SCUBA, you know, the self-contained other breathing apparatus, SCUBA, whatever. I think they're called acronyms. I hope they are, otherwise this is a really embarrassing video. The downfall of this little saying is it doesn't roll off the tongue like SCUBA does. It is LSCPA, and yes, if you know what this is, you're chuckling to yourself because you probably learned it in hair school too. Talking to you, Christina, and Carrie, and Ryan, and all those people who went to Metro Oasis in Alaska. So what this is, it looks like this, LSCPA. And the good thing about this way of having a consultation, whether you're a student or a seasoned stylist, is if anything in this process goes wrong, you just start back at the L and you do LSCPA. And if you get to LSC and something goes wrong in the C, you go back to the L. So it's pretty foolproof. So it's going to stand for some things. L is going to stand for listen, right? So the first thing we need to do is listen to our clients. Now, I know that I have a very, very, very big problem where I can look at someone and I look at them and I already know what they need done to their hair. And I forget the listening part of like, how was your day? What do you in for today? I'm just like already looking like she needs her haircut, she needs her grade covered. I'm gonna use 6 stroke 0 and 6 stroke 7-1. I'm gonna do a balayage right there, tone it with probably like an 881, 916, la la la. I already think this as soon as I'm looking at them. And so I know for me, my biggest downfall with this process is listening to the client. Because even if we land on the same page, the client needs to make sure that their voice was heard and you understand what they're talking about. So listen, listen, listen. Even if you're not listening, make sure it sounds like you're listening. So most of us know how to listen to our clients, or at least hear them. Maybe we're not listening or understanding, but we're hearing our clients. That's going to bring us to step 2. And step 2 is where so many stylists and students and hairdressers go wrong. And who's calling me? It's going to stand for suggest. So say if we've heard our little Sue Smith say like, hey, I think I'm about having lighter hair. What do you think? That's a very broad thing for us to answer. It's not like a, yeah, you look good with lighter hair. No, you look bad with lighter hair, whatever. But we're going to suggest options. Okay, so there's full-on bleach and tone. There's highlighting, foil highlighting, balayage. There's going all over 1 shade lighter, all over 4 shades lighter. Like, it's a very broad spectrum. So this is where we get to do our job, the part that I like, where we get to suggest like, hey, look at this vision board. This would look great on you with your, your skin tone, your eye color, blah, 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 whatever that conversation is. This is the part where so many hairdressers forget to do. They listen and they go, well, what do you want? Well, it's not my fault. If I suggest something you don't like it, then it's back on me. So we went to hair school, y'all. We went through it and got tested. We have licenses, and clients often want to hear your input. So we're going to listen and we're going to suggest. Now, after we've suggested our things that we've listened to, we're just going to do a double check. We're going to confirm that, make sure that the things we suggested and things that we heard are actually the things we heard and suggested, because that's another thing where people kind of forget sometimes, is they don't confirm or don't like double check to make sure that you and the client are on the same page. Because, and I have a funny story about this, I'm going to go off a tangent really quick. I had a really nasty Yelp review write about me, which got removed because it wasn't actually a client that I worked on, and it was about a separate business. And this woman said that Angelo, me, has proceeded to put pink in my brunette hair without consulting me first. And I'm like, that sounds not like me. It's like I just said, no, you get pink. And we're talking. So anyways, to avoid having this crazy person Yelp review, we're going to listen, suggest, and we're going to confirm to make sure that in Helen's case, if I suggested pink hair and she said no, I'm going to confirm, okay, so you mean not pink hair. Okay, listen, suggest, confirm. This next one is going to be more for students, okay? But as a professional, you also kind of do like a little mental check, is we're going to ask for permission. Okay, you're sort of already doing that when you're confirming. You're going to listen, you're going to suggest the options, you're going to confirm with them about what you listened to and suggested to, but then we're going to ask permission, like, so is this cool if we do this? right? Could be like that. In hair schools, this could mean get an instructor and check with them. It could mean get a permission slip or a waiver, because sometimes schools require that. Or even if you work at some sort of corporate salon like Regis or Master Cuts, or, you know, in Seattle here we have Jean Juarez, or Panopolis salons, or any of those things, sometimes you need to get permission slips signed. So we've listened, we suggested, we have confirmed with our client what we're doing, and we have asked our permission if we can do this. And then finally, this is another one where I think people go wrong, is action, okay? What action means is it means that everything you did here actually happens. So if I listen, we'll go back to Helen, for example, because apparently I jacked her hair up. Mind you, I've never worked on Helen since I've opened the studio. I do not know a Helen, just to say it. Say if it's Helen's situation, I have listened to her, I've suggested her to have pink hair, and she said no. Okay, we've confirmed that, okay, we're not doing pink hair, we're doing brown hair. Cool, can I make your hair brown? She says, yes, it's all cool. Action. If she suddenly comes out with pink hair, guess who's gonna be freaking pissed about it? Helen, right? So if we don't do the action that we talked about in this entire consultation, that is a failure on our part, okay? So, just to recap, listen, suggest, confirm, permission, action. I guarantee you, if you do this as a consultation tool, things will be a lot easier for you. And, you know, naturally a lot of hairdressers do this. We listen to our clients, you know, what are you in for today? Okay, cool. Have you thought of this? All right, sounds good. Honky dory. That's a form of this LSCPA thing. But if you don't have anything to go off, and maybe you're an independent stylist like myself, I work in SOLA. I'm at Patent Hair Studio, Northgate, Seattle, Washington. But sometimes it's why I created this YouTube channel, is we don't have these tools of, you know, maybe the salon environment where you literally are just by yourself and you have no means of getting any sort of education, tips, tricks, or help. Luckily, we have the internet, and we have, you know, professionals that make YouTube things. I'm a big fan of Wella Professionals, and Sebastian Professionals and all that stuff in Nioxin. But I'm here to give you my knowledge as well. So if you are an independent stylist that needs help and you don't know what to do and you're having trouble having consultations, try the LSCPA thing, and I guarantee you, you will have a much more effective consultation with your client. So without further ado, I'm going to take off, and I will see y'all later. If there's any questions or any future video things you want to hear, feel free to leave it in the comments down below. And again, I am Angelo Terracciano, the owner of Patent Hair Studio and Northgate of Seattle, Washington, in Sola Salon Suites, Studio 12, and I will see you all later.